Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rex, aka Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys already know them, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full. That's Speed if you nasty now. And
What's
I'm here
good?
with my guy, White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn It Daniel, aka Deuce Guitar, aka El Shefe. Stop now. Oh, Hefe's in the building, guys. Yes, let's go.
What
My
is up?
brothers is
What
in the
is up?
building. What
Let's
is up,
go,
guys?
boys.
And
Big
this is
show
Tuesday.
tonight.
A huge show, man. This is the reason why we're cutting to the chase for everything, man. Huge
Let's
show
go.
tonight. We have two special guests in the building. Couldn't ask for anything more for you guys. We are delivering for you guys, man.
Big
Let's
time.
make this quick, man. I like
You like
that
that?
shirt.
That's
I
a dope
love
shirt,
it.
my
bro.
Oh,
Middle
that just
initial
stopped me in my
podcast.
tracks.
They sent me this. Sorry, this
Shit.
is just fire. I just like this, man.
Mm.
They just sent it to me. You know,
That's dope. That's dope.
Let's go. That's fire.
That's
So, guys,
nice.
let me say this. We are undefeated if the Giants win challenge, just to let you know. But hold on.
No big
We're
deal.
going to get to everything. We're going to get to everything here, guys. But let's go around the room. How was my guys' weekend, man? And mine was amazing. You know, Dallas lost, and then we have Philly. But anyway, that's another story. So, guys, tell me, and I'm going to start with LFA. How was your weekend, man? What's going on?
Life is better now that everyone is okay in my house. There was a
Yes,
rough
thank
couple
God.
of weeks there. But just watching the Giants win, and we'll get into the Giants win, but that didn't feel like every other game this year. And I'll get into it. But like that felt a little weird just because the Giants were expected to win. And then they did, but it was ugly. It was like I like being the underdog better, where it's
Yeah.
you know, I like
Yeah.
being
It's
the
just
underdog
better.
in general. That's just a better position to be. But fucking Philly loses. Dallas loses. What else could you ask for? Perfect
Yeah.
weekend for the Giants. So I'm down with it. Speed.
Totally agree.
Very solid weekend, man. Just some quality family time. Nothing crazy. Won a bunch of bets. Had a nice little weekend.
Yeah, can I
Oh.
start telling you? Because you're
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
hot
streak
right
here,
now.
pal.
I'm hot
Yeah.
right now, so I'm gonna just keep riding this streak for as long as I can. But hey, listen, Sunday worked out as perfectly as we could have asked for. Monday worked out as perfectly as we could ask for. I mean, shit, Jeff. If we want to go back to last Wednesday, we had ourselves a nice little time in AC too. Me and Hefe went down to we went down to AC. We missed our boy Eli. We had TK down there too, but we came back with a bunch of money. We're in the black, baby. Like let's keep this thing rolling, baby. Let's keep this thing rolling. I mean, we're hot.
Hell of a
And,
run
hey,
at the craps table, bro.
and then we get-
I was borderline like possibly like this guy, get him out of here. Every time we won, like I was drunk. It's 1:30 in the morning, and we just can't miss. So every time we hit, I'm picking Spiro up. I'm grabbing him. I'm shaking TK. Like I'm out of my mind, dude. I just couldn't
We
believe
went
what was
nuts.
happening.
So let me tell you, these guys won a lot of money. So I'm like, hey, how much? So I was like, don't worry about it. We just got drinks. So I'm like, man, they won a lot.
Yeah.
They won a lot, these guys.
don't talk about
We'll
that.
tell you. We'll tell you. Let's.
So
how about our
guys-
special guest? Who do we got?
Let's
Who's up
get to the special guest in the building.
Yes.
You guys already know what it is. Don't worry about my weekend. It was fine. It was amazing. I told you already. So
We
guys,
love
we got
it.
a special guest in the building, man. From of course, you know, you got Giants Country, Fan Nation, and SI.com, a content creator here himself, and our boy, our guy, our family member, Mr. Tommy G is in the building. Round of applause. Tommy's takes. Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause.
What's
round of
up? What's up? What's
applause.
up, fellas?
What is going
What's
on,
good?
man? What is
Goody.
going on?
It's
How's
hashtag
everything, man?
Tommy's takes.
Tommy's
in the
takes,
building
man.
officially.
And thank you for coming
go.
into the revival, man. I do appreciate you, man. What's going on with you? How was your weekend?
It was good, fellas. Thank you for having me on. I've been wanting to come on for a long time. We haven't been able to connect here and there. You know, Eli, one of the most important people in getting me going in this thing, showed love, showed support to me very, very early on. Heffy, you know, Heffy's my boy, man. Like, you know, you two are very special to me in the content game. Spiro, you're an awesome dude. You give some strong hugs, brother. I felt that at
Hell
that
yeah, buddy.
person. That was a strong hug, man.
Well, he was 11 beers deep, and that's probably
That's right. I was feeling myself there.
But yeah, like I said, you guys are amazing. Love the movement. Unbelievable what you're doing in the content creation space. And just happy to
Appreciate
be
you,
here
man.
with you guys tonight. Blessed.
Appreciate it,
buddy.
man. Oh, listen, we're gonna give you your flowers too, man. You've been killing it, man. I just want to ask really quick, how did Tommy's Takes come about, man? What's going on? Tell the people how long you been doing it now for.
Yeah, so I've been doing content for probably like 8-9 months. I started out in the Spaces game, did a couple podcasts here and there. Then Patricia Trainer from Giants Country, she's a Giants beat reporter. She reached out to me. She's like, "Hey, would you like to do a podcast? We could set something up." And the rest was history. Just learning my way in this game. Partnering up with some amazing people like yourselves, and just seeing where it takes me, having some fun. I love the Giants. I've been a Giants fan since 5 years old. I always tell people when I was young, I used to watch the game, and I used to, after the game, pretend to talk into a camera. So here we go, talking to a camera 30 years later.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's awesome, man. So listen, guys, of course, we had a big game pretty much over the weekend, right? We're going to go through some Giants takes, man. There's some Giants things that are here. Let's go around the NFL, right, guys? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Speed.
This was a
Come
great
on, man.
weekend,
What you got? What's going on, Speed? Let's set it up here. What you got? Give me some great weekend.
Listen, you could start off. Let's go. Let's keep it in the AFC with not AFC, half AFC, half NFC with that Buffalo Minnesota game. Holy shit! What an ending to that game. Yeah, I mean, you got the 7-1 Vikings. You got the 6-2 Bills. First of all, that alone, that matchup was great, but it came through. You had the catch of the year. Jeff, do we have it queued up?
We do have it, and I want to say I hold the Odell 3-finger catch very sacred. In my mind, that's the best catch in history.
God, bro.
Right?
There was two good ones in that game. Diggs had a good one too early.
They did, yes.
And then Jefferson just upped the ante.
Took it to the next level, bro.
Let's take a look at this real quick, just so you know what we're talking about.
Oh my God, it was fucked.
Wow.
That's why I was in the league.
So that's real time. Look at this. Like, defender gets a piece, he just wraps it in with him.
That's like physical.
He just never hits the ground
out of his hands,
bro.
It doesn't hit the ground.
Unbelievable catch. Definitely unbelievable catch. And I can't believe we're actually going to compare the two, but of course we're going to ask Tommy here. We're going to put you on the hot seat. Odell or Jefferson? What we got, man? Which one's the better catch?
Well, listen, I'm hoping Odell comes back, so I want to stay in some good graces.
Yeah, just in case he's listening.
And Odell's catch did count for 6 points. Just saying.
Facts.
These
These are just facts here.
So you could go into all the details because Giants lost that game against Dallas at home with the Odell catch. The Vikings won very much because of that catch. That was a deep in the fourth quarter catch. It's an equalizer in terms of situation. But Justin Jefferson, like, you could talk about Daniel Jones all you want, but Kirk Cousins is 7-1, whatever he is, 8-1 now. It's
wild
because he's got the running back and he's got the elite of the elite wide receivers. And
absolutely,
yeah. I mean, you got Thielen, and then they just got Hawkinson too. Like they are stacked. Tight end. They're ready to they're ready to roll with that offense, man. So that was a fun one. Let's talk a little bit. I want to just touch on. Well, let's go NFC East here. Let's talk on the Cowboys blew a 2-touchdown lead. You hate to see it. You hate to see it in Green Bay. Oh, just so bad. But you got Dak throwing picks. Their offense looks It looked very like it. And listen, is Rodgers back, or did the Cowboys have an off day defensively? We don't know. The Packers and the Bucks are just waiting there in the trenches with two veteran quarterbacks and good rosters. So, like, watch out for them. Let's hope we're not waking a sleeping giant. We've already played our Packers, so we don't have to worry about that shit anymore. But the Cowboys blowing that lead has now opened up everything in the NFC.
Is there anything more beautiful than the wheels falling off of a Dallas team? Like, it's just so beautiful.
There's no excuses for them either. No excuses for them either.
To see it. No,
it's not like
you love to see it.
It's not like Zeke was in there either.
Even though it's predictable, it's enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's enjoyable every time.
I mean, Zeke wasn't in there, so they can't use that. They weren't giving Pollard their no. They had whatever they wanted, and they still blew it. Let's hope now Odell doesn't go there, because let's hope that that loss doesn't spur on some desperation for them. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe they're playing the Vikings this weekend.
That's a big one right there.
So whoever wins that game or whoever loses that game, it benefits the Giants. So Let's see. Let's see,
Listen,
man.
man.
Full earning his name right there.
Exactly, man. I mean, the Giants have a
Vikings
chance.
fans.
They're controlling their own destiny now, right? So the Giants really have a chance to turn these tables and be that number one seed where everybody got to come to the Meadowlands. We never know. We'll see.
In what world?
You know what I mean?
In what world did we think we'd be one game out
Never.
of the NFC lead?
Crazy.
Not
Guys,
just NFC
we have
East.
5 division games left. Like, this
Mhm.
is wide open. You can
Gauntlet.
take this
Yeah.
fucking thing if you want it. Dallas is
Yeah.
beatable. Philly is beatable. And the Giants are playing cold weather football. Run the ball,
Beautiful.
play defense. That is cold weather football playoff.
It
Like,
travels.
that is a
That
playoff
travels. Yep.
type of football, and they got it.
I personally enjoyed the Eagles game a lot. That was very enjoyable for me,
Go off
especially
on
the outcome. The outcome was very favorable. I like that.
Listen, let's dive into that a little bit more because the Eagles actually look kind of mortal at that point, right? Like they were looking all right, but Washington just had their number at that particular day, right? So let's just talk about that game a little bit more. And I'm gonna start with El Jefe, man. What do you think of that game? And did somebody find a secret formula to actually slow down that Eagles offense? Give me your thoughts, man.
Well, my main takeaway was when they got AJ Brown, they changed, right? All of a sudden they had that elite wide receiver. It opened up everything. It changed Jalen Hurts. And then he got banged up early in that game. He was slipping on routes. He was limping a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you could tell he was being real ginger on that leg.
He did not look like AJ Brown.
That
You're right.
changed their offense. That is the
I agree.
difference that kind of wide receiver can make. And when he wasn't
Boom.
there, they didn't have that anymore. And that was a big difference for them. They became a little bit more one-dimensional, a little bit more predictable. You know, like they have a good read option offense too. But when you take away one of the options, like AJ Brown wasn't doing his thing anymore. So the Eagles are vulnerable and, you know, they're going to respond. They still have, the same kind of schedule that the Giants have. They're all playing these cupcake teams for the most part.
Mhm.
So they're going to be back. It's going to be so fun come December, man. I mean, Giants,
December 11th, baby.
this division is just going to be awesome. I'm going to that game December 11th. Anybody else?
Same.
Me too.
Let's
I'll be
go.
there.
Yes,
Nice.
yes, let's
Let's
go.
Yeah,
Hey,
come on,
you're
man.
getting there.
My
Don't
life,
go.
man. My life as a worker for my city, it's terrible. But I'll keep you guys posted if I can.
I'll
actually
write
go
a
there
ransom
someday.
Definitely want to meet you.
Ransom
Please,
note. Hey.
I
appreciate
met
it. Please.
2 out of
yeah.
3. I need to meet the third.
Oh man, definitely. We'll make it happen. Hands down. Hands down.
But hey, listen.
I'll keep you posted. I promise you.
To Jeff's point, they lost one player. First of all, they didn't even lose AJ Brown. He was there. He just wasn't the same. Something was a little off. You still had Goddard, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, and their offense slowed down a little bit.
Jalen Hurts didn't play well.
Juxtapose that to the Giants, who we have Saquon Barkley and a Slayton, and that's what we're working with. That's all we're working with.
And they had turnovers, right? They only had 3 turnovers all
Turnovers,
year
the
going into that
penalties.
game. And I think they coughed it up 3 or 4 times last night. And one of them was like a 40-yard bomb. The guy catches it and then goes to get up. He gets stripped. Like, that's a freak kind of play.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily Washington like beating their ass. Like that shit just happened.
But listen,
And it was
Jalen Hurts wasn't Jalen Hurts. The Eagles go as Hurts goes. He rushed 6 times for 28 yards last night.
That's not your typical.
You know what I'm saying? That's not going to. He only threw for 175. And people want to talk about Jones throwing for passing yards and touchdowns. You know, at least the Giants could win when Jones throws for 170, 180. Eagles last night struggled when Hurts didn't put up big numbers.
Yeah, and flip side of that,
and shout out to Washington. They actually contained Hurts. So that was the game plan, is to contain him, to make sure he put a QB spy or something on him to where he doesn't hurt him with their legs, to open up that pass or that read option that they'll probably do over there. So shout out to Washington, man. I just think they found a formula to contain Jalen Hurts and was like, hey, we want you to throw the ball. You know, we want you to go ahead and see if you can beat us with that arm, and we'll contain you from here. And it kind of worked. So shout out to them, man, that game plan.
This game, it made Eagles look a little bit more mortal, but it also propped up the Commanders a little bit now. Like that's not an easy W that you thought you were going to go and get for the Giants. Everybody's like, oh, 2 W's right there, chalk it up. No, that's a good defense over there. Heineke's playing way better than Wentz has ever been playing all throughout the season, and they get a Chase Young back next week. Like, that's a team that we got to watch out for now. They're back.
They have wide receivers. They got Terry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Terry
balled last night.
Yeah, dude. Like, he looked scary Terry.
And they're inspired. Riverboat Ron has them inspired. You see that post-game press conference? I mean, his speech, he had them fired up, man. So,
I hate to like things about division rivalry.
too, I know.
But when he was getting
Okay.
choked up, and then he had to walk away because he couldn't speak because he was so emotional. And Terry took over immediately, like gathered the team, and I'm like, that's a leader. That's a good locker room. They got good things going there. What are they? They're 5-5.
5-5.
5-5. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's 500. Yeah, I think it's 5.
That's
I think,
tough.
yeah, it's 5-5.
AFC East, NFC East is out of control right now. The East is running shit in the NFL.
The Bills are in third. The Bills are in third right now.
Insane. Who would have thunk it?
We're living in the upside down
But
world.
guys, let's say this, guys, because this week I believe we have the Lions coming in, right? And the Lions got a W, man. And is Justin Fields legit? We don't know this, right? But they did get a W. Are we afraid of the Lions coming in? And I'm gonna start with you, Tommy's takes. Hey, I'm looking dead at you, man.
Listen,
Dead
man.
at you.
Listen, I wasn't afraid of the Texans, and I know in rebuild mode, and we're not supposed to take anybody lightly. And people were mad that I said I wasn't afraid of the Texans. I never once thought the Giants would lose that game. Was I happy with it? Did I think it was the best performance? No. But I think we were in command. I think it's going to be the same thing versus the Lions. It's like the Giants keep running into these terrible rush defense teams. The Lions, I believe, were 30 or 31st in rush defense, and we have Saquon Barkley, baby.
No big deal.
Him. So ride number 26, Giants are going to take that one.
Okay, I like it.
I like it.
E, what do you got on this?
Yeah, Speed. No, Speed.
Okay, me.
For me,
listen, I'm worried about their offense. Their offense. This is probably one of the bigger tests the Giants have played against so far. You know, Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift are a very
good,
dangerous running back combo. You know, Goff and St. Brown got something going on right now. St. Brown is a stud.
St. Brown is wrong.
I know he is a damn stud. So you know, Adori's going to have his hands full this weekend. This will be a very big test because the defense, they just seem to be doing just enough every single game to keep that other side in check. But again, this is a different kind of offense we're playing now. We've struggled against the run in the past. So let's see if they could keep us in the game again so that theoretically this offense should have their game here. The Lions defense is not good. Contain Hutchinson, and the Giants could do some damage. So it's not going to be an easy one, but it's going to be a nice little battle.
Is Rodrigo still playing? I'm scared of Rodrigo.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, shout out Hard Knocks, baby. Hard Knocks right there.
That kid's good. No, but I've seen enough of the Giants this year to know how they're going to play, and it's going to be run the ball, and it's going to be playing good defense. So we're not going to blow teams out unless we're forcing a ton of turnovers and we're getting, like flipping the field position because we're not throwing for a ton of touchdowns. So we're not stacking up points. But at the end of the day, just like every other game, we've got a coaching advantage almost every time we step on the field. So I think it's going to be that way again. You pull it out in the fourth quarter, you're going to keep it close. This team can put up points, and they have this year. So it's going to be kind of a better battle than you probably expect. And we said that with Houston too. Like, they've won one game, but they're a tough team. They gave Philly a tough time. So anything can happen any Sunday. But ultimately, we have Saquon and they don't. And we have Dable and they don't. The best halftime adjuster in the game. Giants win again.
And can we punt the ball
and
a little bit better?
It feels like I say this every week that the Giants have to, like, you know what, they got to step up. They can't take any games lightly. And we're right. The Giants cannot take any games lightly. It has to be a week-to-week basis. And the Lions could be that team to upset us. You know what I mean? Because we're that team that's on a high right now. We're 7-2, and the Lions are hungry. They're looking to pounce on something, and this could be that game for the Giants. I know I predicted last week that, hey, I think we could lose against the Texans, and I was wrong. But this one scares me, too, a little more than the Texans. But I'm going to predict a win. I'm riding with Hefe here on this one because even coming back from the bye week, it showed consistency that this team is going to run the ball, and they're going to play one hell of a defense, man. Wake Martindale is amazing as far as calling up defensive plays. So when you have those coaches advantage, that spells victory for me. So I say the Giants are going to win, and I think they're going to win convincingly. I think they're going to do 30 points over, or at least 30 points. They're going to actually hit the 30-point mark. at least the 30-point mark, and I think the Giants are going to win convincingly this week. I think Dayball had enough. This is going to be it, and we're going to see this offense explode finally, and I think we're going to see it.
I might need a little wager on the 30-point thing.
Yeah, right.
I dig this comment though. There's a bit of a like start out vanilla and then adjust and then sprinkle in a couple big plays here and there. I would like to see them feature Slayton like heavier in the first quarter and get that dude going. Because if you make him put a little fear in the other defense with Slayton, then that's how you open up Saquon. Then they got it. Then they don't know who to cover. Then you get Wandale going over the middle. Then it's like, fuck, this team is actually good. So like, I would like to see them be a little more aggressive in the first half too. I feel that. And
have some good pace. What bothered me in the last week was you come out on the opening drive, no huddle, fast pace, boom, touchdown, and within a few plays, and they never go back to it. Granted, that's not something you're going to do all game long, but I want to see them go back to that pace, that no huddle a little bit. I think that'll be good for the O-line, for Daniel, just to get a jump, wear that defense down, and get a little bit of an advantage. Just go after it, attack it.
Would you guys agree that Slayton's our best option at wide receiver right now?
Yes.
He got four targets last game. He deserves more than four targets. Like he just does. Like
we only threw the ball 17 times though. That's the issue. There wasn't a lot of targets.
Well, he got 22% of the targets.
Yeah, right.
He took a 3-yard pass and won 54 yards. 3-yard pass, he won 54. Nobody else
still got wheels. He's still got wheels. That guy.
Well, so guys, let me ask you this here. Let me ask you this: are we really off the Kenny Galladay train? Because me and Speed was like, Kenny. I couldn't say his name. I was choking up. I was like, Kenny. I almost barfed a little bit. I was like, Kenny. Like almost barfed a little bit. You know what I mean? I almost threw up in my mouth there. But guys, are we on it? Get in the comments now. Are we off the Kenny Galladay train? Should we just give this guy away? And I'm going to start because the special guest is here. Tommy. Kenny Galladay, what should we do with him at this time, man? What are we looking at?
That's a loaded one.
Take a deep breath.
That's a loaded one.
Yeah.
I went into last week's game excited for Galladay coming back from the injury. It seemed like he was super positive in the press conferences. He wanted to make an impact. The first throw to him by Jones was a little bit off. I think it was a little bit out of his reach. I didn't blame him for that. But the second drop, bro, right through the wickets. And he's looking at the ball, his eyes on it. He's open and just right through the wickets. I'm starting to worry about the guy. Maybe he has a case of the yips, the Chuck.
Yeah, he's mentally
right.
Yep.
I'm worried, man. And you know what? We got Slayton, we got Wandale, Hodgins. You know what, man? I would roll without him for now if I'm the Giants. And they benched him in the second half, so I think that might show you a little bit of what the thinking is there.
Wild, man.
Is that too harsh?
No.
Listen, I can't even follow up on that, man. I was going to give it to Speed, but I'm going to ask a whole other question.
Heffy always has that cynical look. I feel like he's going to disagree with me.
No. It's never too hard or too much. I give the same look when like, are we allowed to curse on here? I'm like,
So guys, listen, I'll tell you this, man, and I'm gonna start with Speed on this one, man. Kayvon Thibodeau, and I'm gonna go around the room. Kayvon Thibodeau, man, has been playing some good ball, man. Is he the guy that we exactly thought he would be? And I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Glass Half Full.
I don't like this pressure here because it's tough because
you know tough questions.
The stats aren't there yet. He's got that one sack against Lamar Jackson to close out the Baltimore game. But man, you see him getting doubled a lot. And for a rookie, that's a ton of praise right there. And you see him getting so close so many times, and you see him getting held a couple other times. It's just like he's right in the precipice of just making such huge impact. And you have to also taking into account you coming off the MCL injury. You're not the same for the first couple of weeks, and then he started to get healthier and healthier, getting the scheme down. He's still got adjusting to NFL speed here. I think once Aziz comes back, and hopefully stays back, that takes some pressure off of him on the other side. You can't double both sides, so I think that the sacks are going to come in floods. Like once they come, they're going to start coming hot and heavy. So I'm hoping that it starts this coming week. We're all waiting for it. But there's a little bit of, man, I want to see it happen. I want to see it. We're so chomping at the bit here. I don't know who's up next here.
Hefe, what you got, man? Then we head to Tommy.
I like it. I think he's doing his job. I know you want the home runs and you want the OC home runs, right? But they're coming. He's getting home. He is getting held a good amount if you watch it. And he's also like, there was a play, he shed a block, got a tackle for a loss. Like it was such an athletic play, but it just shows up as a tackle. You know what I mean? But that's like, he is special. He's still that guy. And he's just waiting to unleash. He's going to do it, man. It's coming.
Let's go.
That shirt is fire. I love that shirt.
Tommy, what do you think? What do you got?
I feel the same as you guys. It's like the volcano, right? Like it's building. It's building. You know, he has 16 pressures, 12 quarterback hurries. He's hustling. He had the chase down of Travis Etienne that was all over the highlight reels. Yeah. He has all the physical tools. I don't think they're calling holding calls on him because he's a rookie. Let's be honest. And I don't want to use excuses, but the guy's getting held on almost every single play, and it's like, sorry.
He's got to act a little bit better.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe that's something that comes with experience too. Sell it a little bit.
Acting skills need to be tweaked, but I think his time is coming soon. I think down the stretch here, you know, when we get into this gauntlet of NFC East opponents, and also we got to get Aziz back, right? We need Batman and Robin out there. You know, shout out to Ward, shout out to Zimenez. They've been doing their thing, but we need Aziz back. That'll take a lot of pressure off Thibodeau.
How about this D line? Listen, I'm not getting Zimenez back to pair with Thibodeau. The way Williams and Dex are playing, like, holy shit, like that's a legit.
What about Dexter Lawrence? Can we talk about Dexter Lawrence and his
Pro Bowl?
Oh my God,
Pro Bowl candidate.
Sexy Dexy, dude. Just
let's go into that, man, because Dexter Lawrence is all Pro Bowl level. Let's give him his flowers now, man. And Tommy, man, let's hear some glowing reviews about him. What you got with Dexter Lawrence, man, especially this past game?
Listen, I've been watching football for a long time. I've never seen a man that big move that quick side to side. I think he's like 342 pounds. I didn't expect the pass rush ability from Dexter Lawrence that we're seeing this year. I really didn't. He's in the backfield every play. He's chasing the quarterback every play. I didn't anticipate that. I thought he would have a better year. This guy is phenomenal. He's great against the run, pass. I'm not even going to go into stats with him. Versus Houston, he was a one-man wrecking crew. Pay that man his money, and it's going to cost.
Give him the bag.
A lot of moolah.
Yes, give him the bag, man.
I couldn't agree more. Speak.
He is turning into the guy. Like everybody, I just want to go back and take receipts for all the people. Oh, you can't use a 17th pick on a 2-down defensive tackle. Listen, this guy he's got elite speed and strength for his size, like you said, Tommy. Like he is doing it all. He's balling. I mean, the sacks are here. I don't know if it's because maybe Tibbs is on the other side taking away, like I said, those double teams. Imagine you get Aziz in there and he takes away the other side. Pick your fucking poison. Like, and then we haven't even talked about Leonard Williams, who had a fantastic game on Sunday too. Man, if there's any bit of weakness on any interior, those boys in the middle are going to eat, man, and they have been. It's just fantastic to watch, man. I love Hot 97 over there, right?
It's been awesome to see. He is balling like an MF.
I agree. Hef, you got anything to add to that?
The last thing I'll add is one thing I'm seeing this year. Like, he was always a good run stuffer, but this year he's pushing the line back. Like, he is imposing his will on the quarterback. Like, from that position, you just don't see it a lot. You see it with Aaron Donald on a regular basis. You don't see it from a lot of other guys in the NFL. And he's starting to become one of those guys. If he's all pro, I would not be shocked with what he's putting on tape this year. PFF loves him.
Oh my God.
Loves him.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, that's pretty much it, Tommy, man. I just want to thank you, man, for your time of being on here, man. We put you part of the gauntlet, the round table, what New York Revival does, and he survived. So, guys, if you don't know, man, follow Tommy G 105 on Twitter, man. Tommy's takes, some incredible content he releases, man. I look at it all the time, even though he probably doesn't think, like, where the hell is Eli? He's not responding.
I deliver it to you guys.
I deliver it. Yeah.
So he hand delivers that shit to our doorstep. I did watch your episode. He's got a new episode out today. Go check it out.
Yes, go check it out, man. He's been working. Yeah, he's been working, man. So, guys, go follow Tommy and Tommy, man. Thank you so much for being on the show. We do appreciate you, brother. We'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you, guys. Peace.
Thank you,
Peace, brother. Man, that was fun, man. Tommy's awesome, man.
Long time coming.
I love him.
Long time coming.
Yeah, that was too long, man.
He blew up. He was a dude, like he put out a tweet from a year ago and he had 300 followers and was saying thank you guys so much for 300. And he's over 4K in a year. He did it at the start just by tweeting, just by being good at Twitter.
Yeah, he's not doing those like fake bait tweets that some other people do. We're not going to name who those people are, but he actually has good content. And I comment on almost all his posts because he puts out good thoughts, and you got to respect that. So
He's
Tommy,
active.
keep doing
Listen,
you, man.
man.
He engages. He'll follow back. Just go follow
Yes.
him
Yes.
and enjoy.
And listen, I'll
go
claim that,
ahead.
like, as far as Tommy, man, I just want to give him his flowers, man. Like, I
Yes.
knew his tweets was, but when he started doing the Twitter Spaces, and I jumped in one of them, I was like, oh, this is good. Like, this is really good. So, just to give him his flowers, good for him.
The master spacer, Rob Zero.
Oh, the master
R
spacer.
Zero.
Oh, shout out to Rob Zero,
Yo,
man.
and
This
actually,
guy's the
he
new
brought up a
king
good-
of spaces.
He brought up a good
Yes.
topic that we have to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems that, per reports, I think it was in my post, that it's looking like it's Cowboys or Giants right now that are leading the OBJ race. It's becoming, everybody kept telling us, oh, this is not going to happen. They can't fit it in. It's becoming more and more of a reality here, guys. Like, the more the season goes on, the less you have to pay him this season. So the money thing is starting to be less and less of an issue as you go on. I think that the fact that we're being mentioned in all these talks means that money isn't an issue, or we would have been out already, right? Like, if we didn't have the money to make it happen, or had a move to make it happen, I don't think you'd be hearing that we are one of the favorites.
So I think this is a great topic. And Eli, our next special guest is ready. If you want to do your thing, Eli.
Of course, man. And we'll get back to all the good stuff, guys. But a very special guest in the building right now. If you are a hip hop head, guys, this man needs no introduction at all. But just in case he was living under a rock, some of his past projects like Street Cinema, Heavy is the Head, No Rest for the Wicked, and to his latest project, This Life Made Me. Give it up for the hip hop artist, my guy, the guy that helped me pick up a pen, is Ransom. Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause! Man,
good.
Listen,
Sorry.
man, I just want to say thank you for your time and being on this show, man. I'm giddy right now. I can't even talk, bro. I can't even talk. Thank you so much for being on.
I appreciate you fellas, man. Look, biggest Giants fan right here. So I don't do this much, but when it comes to my Giants,
let's go. Let's go, man.
Anytime you need to vent and talk about the Giants,
you come on here.
Okay? We give you the keys.
We 7-2, so it's not been too much venting going on.
Yeah.
So Ransom, we're gonna put you in the gauntlet, man. We're gonna start this thing off, man. We're 7-2. Did you really think the Giants will be 7-2 at this point? Let's be honest here. Come on, what you got?
I didn't. I truly didn't believe that. I was probably maybe 3 wins, 3-4 wins. At this point, maybe. And that would have been generous.
Wow. At this point, not for the whole season, right?
No, not the whole season, but at this point.
That's about right. I said 7 for the year.
Yeah. I thought we was going to be better than most people thought, though. I thought that.
But here's the thing: was it the schedule that you thought that was going to be a good season for this? Was it the schedule for you, or you really thought the team was put together well after the Joe Judge era?
It was the schedule, and I looked at the roster, man, and I was considering maybe Galladay with and Tony.
It's funny. We haven't got anything out of them, and we're still 7-2. That's the funny part.
That's what I'm talking about. I looked at the roster and I was like, you know what? The receivers before the season, the receivers were kind of like the strength. And I was like, you know what? We got weapons. We got Slayton. I'm looking at Slayton. I'm like, okay. You seen how he started the season, so I'm like, okay, maybe we got something here, but maybe 6-7 wins here. That's what I thought.
Not bad.
It would have been.
That's true. So let me ask you this, man. We had Joe Judge, and we all thought he was that guy, right? I think I can speak for you on that one, right? We all thought he was going to come back too. But right now, what did you think as far as Brian Daboll, Joe Shane? What do you think right now about those two in that combination? What do you got?
So far, so good, man. I did when they first came in. I felt good about it. I like what those guys did at Buffalo. Like it was kind of like a short stint there, but I like in that short period of time, I like what they did. They kind of completely turned the team around. So I was like, worst case scenario, we got rid of Joe Judge, man. So I was ecstatic for that.
It's got to be better than that.
It had to be better than Joe Judge. It had to
I
be.
agree. Speed, what you got, man?
Ransom, a question for you, man. First of all, shout out Jersey City. You're repping Jersey City. I respect that, man. Lived there for a couple years.
Yes, sir.
So you're New York, New Jersey pride. Talk about it. Like in a rap game, sports game, how do you represent? Do you love representing this area, man? Like talk about that a little bit.
Absolutely, man. It's where the true fanatics come from, man.
Yeah. Yes.
It's hard to do anything in this especially with the media. People don't understand how hard it is to play in New York, how hard it is to be like a notable figure in New York, New Jersey, in this area. And the way Eli handled it, the way, a lot of people can't handle the pressure of being from this area, and it is a lot of pressure, and you carry it everywhere you go. I don't care if I go to Miami or LA, you carry the New York. Where you from? I'm from New York. It's okay, we know what you're coming with. You gotta,
yeah.
It's pressure, man. It's a pressure thing, but you know what? I'm built for it.
I love it. Let's go.
What's crazy about Eli and the way he handled himself is now you see him post football. Yeah. And he's just a comedian. He's just a goofball. And he kept that under wraps. Like he knew how to be the quarterback in New York. So that leads me to my next question. There is no hotter topic than what are the Giants going to do with Daniel Jones? Curious how you felt going into the season about him and then how you feel now.
Yeah, I'm one of them guys. I was never really that critical of Daniel Jones, just because of his situation and how he came in and what he had to deal with. Me, I seen flashes. I seen what he could do when things were, I don't want to say perfect, but when things were okay, I seen what he could do. He had a decent rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
He had a decent rookie year.
He did.
I think was it Shermer? Was it
Shermer?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So the offense was okay, and he threw 24, 25 touchdowns, and the interceptions wasn't. So I seen what he could do when things were okay. And then they changed coaches and coordinators and stuff like that. So I was never that low on Doms. I was kind of like, okay, let's kind of see what he could do when he got something. So
I like it.
Yeah, going forward, I don't think he probably deserves 35 million a year. I don't think
that's the question.
I like the way Ransom set that up. He was like, "Hey, he's great, but I don't know about 35 million a year."
I'm not paying him 35 million.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. I mean,
it's going to be an interesting next couple of games for everybody. Yeah. The jury is out still. He's done a good amount to keep him in the conversation. You got to finish strong here. You got to finish strong.
Here's a question from me. I would. Was it coach? Is it because the way he's been being coached right now, kind of limits his mistakes and kind of hides some of his deficiencies. So, is it the coaches know better than us? They know what they got and what they can do with him, and so on the outside looking in, we're like, oh, he's playing decent, he's playing good, he's doing this. But the coaches know what type of situations they could put him in and what they can't put him in. So is he really doing what we think he's doing, or is he being coached a certain way that it makes?
That's a damn good question. And for me, looking at it from my angle, like you said, he has all the intangibles to do the right thing. Like we've seen flashes of Daniel Jones doing the right thing. It's just now I think coaches let's put him in all the right situations instead of for the wrong one. Like we know Daniel Jones is tough at reading defenses. So Mike Kafka could be in his ear a little bit longer, right? In some cases. Or he can go and maybe look at one option or two, knowing that he can't look at three. So they made everything a little bit more confined for him, in my opinion. So I think it's more coaching. And I hate to say it, more than talent. But at this point, you got to kind of roll the dice here and kind of see here. But Speed, what you got?
I think they're getting the most out of him for what they have to work with. I mean, like a lot of people say, oh, but he's not throwing the ball all over the place. Yeah, but he has the best running back in football, and he's the leading rusher. So usually those teams aren't throwing the ball all over the yard because they don't have to. You're controlling, you're controlling time of possession. I think the coaches are playing the exact hand that they have. DJ has completely, almost virtually eliminated turnovers. He's got like 4 on the year. He's improved hugely on that. That was a huge knock on him.
Yes.
So like he's doing everything that's asked of him. I would love to see him get a legit wide receiver crew and see what he could do. And I would like to see that one more year, however they got to work that out. So it's going to be tough for them to manage because you can't pay everybody. So
this is the worrisome situation though. I talked about it at the beginning of the year. The coaching staff was gonna get him in a situation where he was gonna play good enough for the Giants to win a good amount of games. They're not going to be bad enough to draft their next quarterback next year. Now that takes them out of that situation, you know. And how good does he play? What does he have to do to get that next contract? You know, we're in that territory now. We're about to find out. You know, the big games are coming up. The Dallas game, the Eagles games. You know, like that. We got to see how he does in those games.
Yep,
that's where you make the money.
I would say this. I'll leave Daniel with this. The quarterbacks who get paid are the quarterbacks who show something when everything is not going right. When things when things are going wrong, I could look at Mahomes and Josh Allen and those guys. When things go wrong, they go right.
Yeah, true.
I agree.
You're right.
When they get paid,
those
guys deserve the money. Like, so I want to see what happens when things are not perfect. You know, not a clean pocket and you know, all these other things, game on the line, things are not going wrong. Might not even be the right play call. Let's see what he could do. You know, that's how you get paid.
Yeah. Do you throw guys open? Do you make something out of nothing?
Like that.
You know, are you a real threat to the other defense? Are you all those things? True. Those are the guys you pay.
And listen, and again, he shows flashes, right? He shows these flashes because he has a lot of fourth quarter comebacks this season, right? So he shows flashes that he can be something. It's just like the jury's still out. The jury's still out. We don't know what we have in Daniel Jones, and that's why he's such a hot topic. I just hate it. But Rance, I'm gonna throw that same question to you. Is it more coaching or is it the talent at this point in Daniel Jones?
I would say it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Because we seen what he was when he didn't have the coaching. We've seen it.
True.
Yeah.
Well, now we see what he is when we do have the coaching. So I would like to see him under the same system for a couple years and then see what maybe become. But you that's a gamble.
Yeah, it's a $35 million question right there.
Yeah.
That's too much money, man.
It's kind of a pointless statement I'm about to make. But if DJ was a rookie right now and you were seeing these flashes from him, you'd be like, we're good. Like this guy's going to it really comes down to a money thing because he's doing enough right now to show that he can grow, add pieces around him. But quarterback is the most expensive position in the game, and you're a salary cap sport. So what do? If you're DJ, why would you want to go somewhere else? This coach is unlocking you.
Right.
Who else is going to give him huge money or a huge contract? Probably not that many people.
No.
So give it a team friendly to stay and develop. That's his best bet too.
And I say this, I don't think the Giants have a choice because, again, they're not going to be in a position to draft someone at that high, unless they're giving up the farm, right? They're just not going to be in a position to do that. You know, so who else is out there?
No Trubisky. Don't get Trubisky.
Yes, no.
You know what I mean? So again, they have no choice. They gotta lock him up. It's just how much, right? How freaking much? And that's the next question.
Then. One last thing too on that. The free agent, you have to make the decision on him before the draft. Yep. So you say your guy falls to you anyway. You're not going to know until you have to make your decision before that. And that's what sucks about free agency being before the draft. It sucks. You have to make a decision. So, you know, I don't envy the spot that Shane's going to be in, man. I envy him. But
we got Saquon too. We got to handle that.
Yeah, got to handle him. He's back.
And that's the first person you got to sign, hands down.
As long as he stays healthy.
Can I talk for you guys on that?
He's locked up. Yes,
he's a cultured guy. He's a cultured guy too. So.
He's everything, man. He's everything.
You can tell Ransom's a Giants fan, guy. Did you see? Like you see his talking points here. You seeing this?
No shit.
This is what New York Revival does.
Let's talk about another figurehead, though. Let's talk about and somebody
Yeah.
that might have been in your circles over here in the Northeast. OBJ. What's your thoughts? Odell coming back possibly now. We're in the forefront here of possibly getting him back. What's your thoughts, Ransom?
Man, I would love to get old dirty bastard back, man. I would love to get old dirty back, man. I mean, I was pissed off at Gettleman, and that's a whole nother. Oh man,
Yeah.
and then we get Golden Tate, and then
Yeah.
Golden Tate.
Yeah, I love it.
I say that all the time.
What was that?
That was terrible. That's what that was. That was desperation. That's exactly what that was. Like Gettleman just thought he was just too smart for the freak. Like I don't know, man. I just hate. I can't talk about Gettleman, man.
Anymore. We don't. It gets our blood level a little bit high.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but I would love to get old Dirt back in a Giants uniform, and he would help. He would help, man.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree. He'll be ready to rock too.
I say it all the time. The biggest problem, the trade was bad. Like you had Saquon and Beckham like in their primes under contract for years, and you messed it up. But you lost Beckham, but you didn't replace him. You brought in the Golden Tate, which is a joke of a replacement. Like when the Vikings lost Diggs, they got Justin Jefferson. So they're not crying over Diggs anymore. Giants did not get their next guy. So that's why so many Giants fans, I think, want Odell back. But the Giants also need him. They need a guy right now. So can Odell be that at 30 after, 2 ACLs, whatever?
At the very least, he could free some things up, man. It's looking like I'm a little fearful of going forward with the running game. It's kind of like, okay, we kind of know what's coming. Saquon. So let's just stack the box and just dare Daniel Jones to beat us. I know that's coming. Sooner or later, that's gonna come.
One of our good friends over here, he's leading the charge, man. He was like, "Bring him home, let's go." I think
so.
Am I happy?
Get me. I'm sorry.
No. Go. Eat.
So listen, I can't get Ransom out of here without talking about what he really does best. And guys, I don't know if you heard any of his stuff, man, but every time I hear anything that he rhymes on, especially, This Life Made Me, that EP, and it seems like you're releasing 3 projects in a year. Am I right on that? But take me through this EP, man. And number one, the John Wick. What was the thought process of going through that particular, idea there?
I love John Wick, man.
That was it. Just paying the homage.
Man, I love John. I mean, I compare myself a lot to John Wick, man. I'm just scorned. Just going through life. Just going through this whole industry like they killed my dog, man.
You rhyming like it, bro. Listen, man, just take me through, if you don't mind, the thought process of making an album, especially having 3 in 1 year. Like you literally released 3 projects in 1 year, right? So just take me through the thought process of your album and how do you come up with these materials, man? And because a guy within your vocab and the way you structure your bars, man, I know it takes some time, but just take me through your process.
Yeah, my process is basically I do a lot of rapping and I do a lot of chilling. And when I'm chilling, I do a lot of observing. I like to observe people. Even if we're in the same room, I might just be staring at you, listening to you, and you'll be like, "You want to say anything?" And I'm just listening.
No, I'm just taking notes.
So I do like a couple of months of observing, and then it just comes out.
You put in work. I love it. I love it, man.
In words. I observe and then I put it in words. So I'm not the kind of guy that can make stuff up. So I got to see it and hear it and kind of visualize it, and then I go do it.
You got a gift to just sit back and observe, and then just let it come out. Do you have a favorite track of yours? Is there one that you're most proud of?
Man,
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Put it on you. I don't know. You know what? I kind of haven't sat back and
kind of smelled the roses yet. I'm just
Good. Save that for later.
Yeah. I'm kind of just like in go mode.
You're focused.
Yeah, you know what? You haven't written your best track yet. How about that?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Yo, so Ransom, let me ask you this, because every punchline, and I don't know if you noticed that you do this, but every line that just hits hard that has a punch, you have this little chuckle. Is that done purposely, man? Like every line that hit hard, it's like, like you like, is that like a little thing to put out there? Like, hey, I just made a line, or is this like, man, I couldn't believe I wrote that.
sometimes when I hear it, I'm like, wow.
Dude, like I'll be like, yo, this little chuckle, like it just that he does is just crazy. He said the greatest thing, forgive me, and I'm chopping this up because I'm nervous now. But the funny thing about life is nobody makes it alive. He like, and I'm like, like that shit is real. Like, yo, that shit is crazy.
When I listen back to it, and I've got the headphones on and I'm hearing it, the funny thing about life is no one gets out alive.
It's so true.
These are just facts.
I'm like,
like, where did I think of that? Dude, yo, he cuts you off from so surgical. The nerve of you is just like, that's my favorite freestyle, but I just want to let you know that's my favorite track. But bro, like just the words in there, it's just insane. Like the way that it's compound, it's just mind blowing to me, man. I just want to give you your flowers, bro. Like honestly, I hear you, and you forced me to pick up a pen because I told you this, and if you don't mind, I share this a little bit. But I told you in the DMs moons ago, hey man, I did a track of yours way back in the day. That's almost some miles I paid for you, and dude, like I hear you. And I want to pick up a pen, and I hear you, and I go, I don't want to do this anymore. This guy's this guy's that damn good, man. Like, I just want to give you your flowers, brother. You, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, brother. That's all I got. I don't got nothing. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you.
Compliment. That's a great compliment. Like that, usually when people attempt or try to write, they understand the other. When they hear it, like, oh, I've tried to do this, so I understand what that guy's doing. A lot of people don't, but if you try to do it, you know what it takes to kind of. So that's a great compliment because I know that you understand what it takes to come up with this stuff and not just come up with it, put it in there and make it make sense and all the other things that come with it. Like
and Eli's not bad, Ransom. Eli's not bad.
No.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
No,
don't let them gas you up. Don't let them gas you up.
Hold on, Mark. We got one of our.
I was just we got
one of our commenters over here asking a great question. Mark, shout out Mark B. Your favorite artist, right? No, you know what? Of all time, you go either now, back in the day. Who do you listen to? Who does Ransom listen to on his time off?
My favorite artist is Nas. That kind of says it all.
That's it. Yeah,
you don't gotta say much more than
that.
Did Nas inspire you more than anything, or is it a list of other people as well?
Yeah, Nas he's at the top of that list, but yeah, it's compiled of, I kind of like took bits and pieces of different guys and kind of formed like Voltron, kind of formed.
Nice.
And I made it my own. I wasn't copying. I just was taking throughout my whole career, just trying to take bits and pieces. Maybe a little Jadakiss here, a little Jay-Z here, a little Nas here, Big Daddy Kane here. Cool.
Those are some pretty good guys. I
can tell, though. It's crazy how he says his name because you can hear it. You can hear those little nuances in there. It's incredible, man. If you guys don't know Ransom, it's so incredible how you name these artists and you can hear it. You can hear exactly how you took little bits and pieces from it, and especially your growth now. It's crazy.
Purposely, I did that. Yeah. Can't forget Cool G Rap and Pun. And those guys. So yeah, that's pretty much the formula that I put it all in one pot, and I kind of just mixed it all up and came up with my style now.
And how long you been writing music for, if you don't mind me asking? When did you start writing? I guess.
Probably high school, man. My senior year, so probably like 29 years, something like that. 20, like 29, 30 years, something like that.
Wow. And let me ask you this as well. Who is your dream feature? Right now, if you pull out a card, who will be your dream feature? Dead or alive, by the way.
I got two.
Talk to me.
All right, Nas and Jay, of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Biggie too.
Yeah.
Nas, Jay, and Big. Yep, that's it right there.
Man,
Keep it
how
East
can we make
Coast.
this happen for Ransom? How can we make this happen for Ransom here?
I'm gonna try to kill him on the track too.
Let's go.
That's what you
Let's
gotta.
go.
You gotta. You just freaking gotta. So Ransom, I'm gonna tell you this, man. We've been doing something called "If the Giants Win" challenge, man. And right now, every time we put out a challenge, we have been undefeated. The weeks that we have not put out a challenge, the Giants lost, which is incredible. We're 7-0 right now. So we're gonna put you in a hot seat, man. And we did this to all our special guests. If the Giants win, Ransom, what would you do? You got anything in mind?
I mean, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send every fan. Every fan of your choice or you guys' choice or whoever, whatever case may be. I'm gonna send autographed vinyls of their favorite Ransom album.
Hell yeah!
Let's go! Now you know you got to make one for me, right? I'm just saying, bro.
We're gonna need 3. We're gonna need 3, right?
Plus 3, and then
okay.
Yo, we gotta win though.
Yes.
We gotta win though. We gotta win though.
Take care of business so that we can go into that Thanksgiving game against Dallas 8-2. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's do
this.
Look, Detroit make me nervous. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Every team.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it, man. What do you think of this matchup with Detroit, man? How you feel?
Tough, man. People don't understand how tough this game is. I like it. I use this term a lot. Trap game.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
right now.
I smell it. I can smell it.
That's Philly. I knew they were gonna lose. I knew it.
Yeah,
I had a feeling last night.
I had a feeling. I was like, they're gonna lose to Heineke. I knew it.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And they did too.
And they did.
And they did.
Ransom, I just want to talk about one thing real quick. Your song demise, because I was listening to your albums all today. You said a man is not a man without his pride, and I love that line because I feel right now like us as Giants fans and New York fans, I didn't feel like we were fans without our pride. We had no New York pride, man, for so many years now. It's been a long time, and that's why we're doing this revival thing here. We're trying to get shit rolling again, and now you can go out wearing your Yankee shit, your Mets shit, your Giant shit, and that we got our pride back, and I feel like we're fans again. It feels good. That line resonated with me. I just wanted to tell you that, man. And we need that pride back. And Dable brought it back. I'm hoping.
You're right. No, you're right, man. We was walking around with our heads down and complaining a lot. We was doing a lot of complaining, and now, we still kind of complaining. It's like it's kind of like we're not used to it yet, but this thing is real. This thing is real. We'll see how real it is, because when you face teams that you're supposed to beat, that's how I measure a team. Like, you're supposed to beat certain teams.
Take care of your business.
You're supposed to win this game. Good teams beat the teams they're supposed to beat.
I totally agree.
I got one last question for him before we move to wrap up. So with the If the Giants Win challenge, I think I actually challenged Eli with this one, that he had to put 8 bars together about the Giants, and he did it, and it's pretty sick. It's pinned to his Twitter profile. Have you ever been inspired to write about the Giants, and would you ever?
I always got stuff in there about the Giants.
Yeah.
I forgot what the lines. There's a lot of old lines, but I got some Shockey lines, and
nice.
I used to love Jeremy Shockey. Man.
Hell yeah.
The attitude, right? Just the attitude he had.
He brought something there, man. He was
the helmet flying off. That was the play. That was his career play right there.
So Ransom, can I ask you one thing, man, before we get out of here? Can I challenge you on if the Giants win? If the Giants make the playoffs, can we get a 16 from you, man? As far as some Giants, can we do that?
If we make the playoffs, you get a 32.
Ooh, let's go! We got witnesses in the chat.
Let's go! Listen, that's what it is. Book it. You guys hear it first. Okay. All right, this is what New York Revival does. All right, you get a 32 from Ransom if the Giants make the freaking playoffs, man. What a day. I'm happy as hell. I don't know about you guys, man. I'm happy
We
as
might have
hell.
to throw you some dollars to make that our introduction too while we're at it. We'll talk about that after.
We have to, just shout out the revival if you can. You know what I mean? That'd be great.
I'm gonna have all that in there. You're gonna
All
say,
right.
Go.
Let's go.
go.
Let's go. So, guys, listen, this is the part, and Ransom, if you don't mind staying a little bit late after the show, but we'll get to that. But, guys, this is the part where we have to wrap up, man. And we want to thank each and every one of you guys for in the chat supporting the show. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Well, even interacting with us. But on behalf of Mr. Glass Half Full, that's Spee if you nasty now. All right, and my guy El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn It Daniel, and your boy Eli Rax, aka Vibes. Thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us. New York Revival is not just sports, entertainment. Peace and blessings. Be well.
We love you, Ransom. We love you.
Peace.
Hold on, Reds.